What's up, family? What's up, family? Can you hear me? Whoo, boy. Wow, this is what happened when you go on vacation. Say what? Who said that? Can y'all hear me okay out there? We improvising today, y'all. I ain't got my screen behind me. I'm missing technology. I know I don't got my big screen behind me. What's up, everybody? Dog, you gonna just I'm like, you over there capping. What? To the password. I don't have it.
So, Peachtree TV?
Yeah, I don't have that one. You probably got to get it from her. Yeah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing today? Welcome back. Can you believe it's been 10 days since we've gone live? It's been 10 days. The last day we went live was on Friday, the 19th. Friday, the 19th of March. And so this is not the best look for me with no screen behind me, but we're going to make it work today. I'm short of a little technology. We've been working out some kinks. I literally just got into the office maybe an hour or so ago, and haven't been in the office since I left Friday, March the 19th, and was away for an entire week on vacation. It was absolutely extraordinary. So appreciative to God for the opportunity to just disconnect. You saying I'm echoing a little bit? And was away for an entire week on vacation. It was absolutely. Am I still echoing? If somebody let me know on there if I'm still echoing. I shouldn't be echoing right now. I know my other phone was on earlier. So how's everybody doing today? I want you to hit that like button, please. Hit that share button. Tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know Prophet Ramone and the Ramone Preston Show. We are live. We are in his house. Shout out to all of my Facebook family members and friends. Shout out to all of my YouTube family members and friends. Please hit that like button while we work on a few kinks, and hit that share button, please. Let somebody know that we're live and we're ready to share some very, very good information with you today. I'm going to be talking about how to turn your hustle into a holding company. How to turn your hustle into a holding company. All week long, I'm going to be sharing with you how-to strategies, things that you can actually implement and practice on a day-to-day basis with your ideas, with your products, with your services, with whatever it is that you are endeavoring to do, especially as we prepare for the second quarter of 2021. So please do me a favor. Please hit that like button. Hit the share button. Tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know the Ramone Preston Show is back in his house. Today is Monday, March the 29th, 2021, and we are over 2 months into our show. We come to you every Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon, bringing you information, education, a little entertainment, I guess, or entertainment. We give you all of the data that we know is relative to you learning more about financial literacy, entrepreneurship. Did she have it for you?
Yeah, she said there is something wrong.
Business on investing and family legacy wealth building. That's what we do, and that's what this entire show is built around, teaching you those most important aspects. So again, I want you to hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody and let them know we getting ready to talk about how to turn your hustle into a holding company. For all of you that are hustlers, for all of you that are grinders, for all of you that are go-getters, for all of you that know you have the potential to do something extraordinary for your life, for your family, for your last name, for your church, for your community, for the world. I want to show you how to take all of that ingenuity, all those ideas, all those concepts, all those conversations, all those quote unquote hustles, and convert them, turn them into a holding company. Now, if you followed me long enough, you should be familiar with the term holding company. I'm sure because you are living, you're familiar with the word hustler. So we're gonna help bring some clarity and some definition to those two words or terms, and then we're gonna get into some of the practices and details of how to turn your hustle into a holding company. Again, thank you so much, all of my tribe members, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. If you were Elon Musk on Mars, shout out to you as well. I appreciate all your love, all your support, which, by the way, we just celebrated. If you're watching from YouTube, we just celebrated crossing over 2,000 subscribers. That's a big milestone. We've been grinding out for the last couple months, working on getting past 2,000 subscribers. And so that's a big deal. That's a big deal to get past 2,000 subscribers. So we are officially past 2,000 subscribers. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube page, please, when this show ends, visit our YouTube page, youtube.com/Ramone Preston, or just go to the search engine like most of us do and type in Ramone Preston. And when our channel comes up, I want you to hit that subscribe button and follow us on a daily. We have such an extraordinary response from our YouTube family. Yes.
Are you still echoing? Is it a reason why you echoing?
I'm still echoing?
Yes, a little bit. Yeah, you're echoing.
I am?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here.
Is your phone on? Your phone.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, let me see.
See if I'm echoing now.
From my end. Hold on a second.
My bad.
I'm sorry. No.
Okay, see if I'm echoing now. See if I'm echoing now.
Your voice is different. I can tell.
Okay, how about now? It might be a little delay with the internet, but how about now? See if you can hear me clear now. Can you hear me clearly now? No echo? No echo?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, I got the board in front of me. I'm trying to work it. I'm okay. It's better.
Yeah,
Tony said it's better.
They say it's better.
Okay, good.
So mom said.
Okay, good.
Mom.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, I am working on some new software so that, just so y'all can know why we got some of these glitches. I'm working on some new software so that we can simulcast not just our live show on YouTube, Facebook, and other social media platforms, but I am also working on simultaneously streaming our podcast. So we're going to have a board, probably within the next couple weeks. We're going to have a board. I'm going to have a board where we're going to be able to live instead of bootlegging it from the phone. So I'm working on everything, and we gonna convert at least half of this office space into a studio. So while we're working on that, y'all just bear with me. If for some reason you find any glitches in the visuals or in the audio, feel free to drop it in the comments. I love constructive criticism, especially when I'm trying to be bougie and bootlegging all at the same time. So all the constructive criticism is good. I really appreciate it. And just the support, it lets me know that you're paying attention and that you're listening. Now, if you have a question, here's what I want you to do. You can either drop the question in the comment section and we'll pull that question from the comment section, or you can actually dial 678-922-1963. It's going to come directly to my phone right here. So if you want to call in while we're live and ask a question, drop the question either in the comments if you don't want to call in, or dial 678-922-1963. Make sure you click extension 1, 678-922-1963. Extension 1 is going to come directly to my phone, and we're going to bootleg it. I'm going to put you on speakerphone, and I'm going to answer whatever the question is that you have. Again, you can dial 678-922-1963. 678-922-1963. And make sure you hit extension 1 for me, and I will pick up the phone. I'll answer it, and I'll answer whatever questions you might have. All right? So let's get into our discussion today on how to turn your hustle into a holding company. How to turn your hustle into a holding company. Now, let me give you a clear working definition and a description for what a hustler is, and I'm going to help you clarify what hustling actually looks like. I think the word hustler has been it's been mischaracterized because of the negative connotations, because of the street versions of hustlers that we are accustomed to seeing and observing. Being a hustler has gotten a bad rap, and so I think as holy hustlers, we need to reinvent that definition and description and create another level of awareness so that people can understand what a hustler is, what it means to actually operate as a hustler, and what do you do with that type of hustler mentality or that hustler ability that you have. So what exactly is a hustler? Here's a clear working definition for what a hustler is. A hustler, by definition, y'all, I want you to Google it and look it up yourself. By definition, a hustler is an enterprising person determined to succeed. An enterprising person determined to succeed. By definition, a hustler is an enterprising person determined to succeed. So if you are a hustler, by definition, you are an enterprising person who's determined to succeed. In other words, you're a go-getter. So if you are determined to succeed, and in your determination to succeed, you have this enterprising mentality, which means you have this mentality to explore other options, to transcend seasons and cycles, to push the envelope from time to time, to think out of the box, to step out of the box. All those characteristics reflect a hustler, someone who has an enterprising determination to succeed. That's why I believe almost every person on this earth has an enterprising determination to succeed. In other words, almost everybody got a hustler inside of them. Now, everybody doesn't tap into that potential of a hustler. Everybody doesn't necessarily lean into the possibilities and the probabilities of what that hustler or what that enterprising determination that God has put in you is capable of producing for you. So that means a lot of people never really recognize that they have this hustle in them, this God-given ability, this enterprising determination to succeed. And guess what? Here's the truth. Most people who don't recognize it or who suffocate it or who ignore it, deep down inside, they know they want more. They know they want to do better. They know they want to have a different experience in life. They know they want to have more than what they have. They want to change the quality of their lives. They just don't necessarily know how to do it. So when you think of a hustler, by definition, I want you to think of an enterprising person, someone who has this determination to succeed and the willingness to take that determination and to enterprise it, or in other words, to explore the possibilities of their success, to at least tap into what opportunities are available. That's a hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. I know I'm a hustler. You can call it a holy hustler, a hood hustler, it don't matter. I know I'm a hustler because based on the basic definition of a hustler, I am an enterprising individual who's determined to succeed. So that means I'm willing to explore opportunities. I'm willing to take risks. I'm willing to think outside of the box. I'm willing to push the envelope. I'm willing to walk away from good just to find great. I'm willing to cut people off who ain't going nowhere fast. I'm willing to be wrong just to succeed. Because I don't have to be right, I just have to be successful. And so that means I am a hustler within my DNA. And most of you that are listening to me, if not all of you, are hustlers indeed. That means you are enterprising individuals who are determined to succeed. Now, if that's what a hustler is, let's think about what hustling actually looks like. Because again, being a hustler has caught a bad rap. Because every time we think about being a hustler, we thinking about selling dope. We think about trapping. We think about dancing on poles. That's a hustler. We thinking about, we thinking about stealing and bootlegging and boosting. We think about all these things that might be trifling and ratchet, but think about this. Some of you that are working on jobs, you're hustling on the side. Uber is a hustle. Lyft is a hustle. DoorDash is a hustle. Doing hair on the side is a hustle. Babysitting is a hustle. Doing small, odd jobs with the few people that you know that are willing to pay you for those small, odd jobs is a hustle. Selling plates on the side on the weekend, that's a hustle. If there's anything that you're doing outside of your primary means of income, outside of your main career, outside of what you believe your life's calling is, if there's anything outside of your main job or your main source of income that you are entertaining, that you are actively participating in, guess what's happening? That is a hustle. Casey said, I'm dashing now. Guess what? If you're referring to DoorDash, that's a hustle. So that means you are a hustler. That means you are an enterprising individual who's determined to succeed. The problem with this, because I got a lot of things I want to hit on, but the problem with this is, once you come into the awareness or the recognition that built into your DNA is a born hustler, is a thoroughbred hustler. Okay, so number one, you got to come into the realization of that. You gotta come into the realization that from a clear working definition, a hustler is an enterprising individual who's determined to succeed. That means almost everybody, if not everybody, that walks this planet has in their DNA this characteristic of a hustler, this characteristic of being an enterprising individual who's determined to succeed. And again, the people who say they're not determined to succeed, or the people that bash those of us who are determined to succeed, it doesn't mean they're not born hustlers. It may mean that they just gave up on it. And in order for them to make sense of giving up on it, they have to justify giving up on it by making you look bad, or by demonizing the fact that you are willing to accept and come into a greater awareness of who you are as a hustler, or in other words, as an individual who is enterprising and who is determined to succeed. So I would say you got to, first of all, accept the fact that I am a hustler. I am an enterprising individual who's determined to succeed. And if I'm an enterprising individual that's determined to succeed, I got to focus on the operative word of that definition, and that is not just determined to succeed, but enterprising. I got to begin to explore. I've got to lean into the possibilities of what I am determined to succeed in. And how can I see this determined success manifest? That's the enterprising part. So once you come into awareness that you are a hustler, that God has put inside of your DNA the enterprising determination to succeed. We all want to win. We all want to accomplish. We all want to fulfill. We all want to feel a sense of completion. We want that as human beings. In other words, we want to make sense of this God-given ability to hustle.
Yeah.
So once you come into awareness of that, which that should be the first box you check. So you need to really look yourself in the mirror and say, I am a hustler. I am a hustler. Built in my DNA is the God-given ability to be an enterprising individual who's determined to succeed. So once you come to that awareness and that acceptance, guess what happens? Now you can begin the process of going from just being a hustler to actually being an owner of a holding company. Because now you want to contextualize that enterprising ability that God has given to you. You want to make sense of that potential and that probability that God has given to you. By the way, if you have any questions about financial literacy, entrepreneurship, owning a holding company, starting it, structuring it, scaling it, if you have questions about investing or family legacy wealth building, you could drop the question in the comment, or you can dial 678-922-1963, 678-922-1963, extension 1. It's going to come directly to me. I'm going to answer it, put you on speakerphone, hear your question out, and I'm going to give you the best answer that I possibly can. So now that we've established the fact that a hustler, like many of you, if not all of you that are watching and listening, a hustler is an enterprising individual who's determined to succeed. We've also established the fact that hustling is not just your determination to succeed. See, this is where I got stuck at for years. Hustling is not just your determination to succeed or your ability to make things happen. Hustling has a lot to do with the enterprising aspect of it. Your capability and your capacity to explore, to expand your thinking, to look outside of your scope of what you're doing, to think out the box, to push the envelope, to fight your way and to filter your way and to flesh your way in and through whatever challenges you face so that you can figure out the best way to get to where you're determined to see success in. That's the part of the enterprising that you have to grasp, and you really have to begin to build your, not just hustle, but build your enterprising around. So if there's anything you're doing, okay, outside of your main source of income, if there's anything you're doing outside of what you do to take care of you and your family, to provide for you and your family, that means if you have a main job, anything you're doing outside of that main job is a hustle. If you have a business, anything you're doing outside of that main business is your hustle. If you're on a fixed income, anything you're doing to make more income outside of that fixed income is a hustle. And the goal or the game is for you to take all of those hustles and figure out how do you turn those hustles, how do you convert those hustles into an actual holding company, an enterprise that can produce results based on your ability to be a hustler, if I'm making sense. All right. So let's think about some of the things that we need to do once we come into the awareness and the acceptance of being a hustler. And now I'll talk about some of the details in this process. You got to learn to master. Listen to this. You got to learn to master not just your craft, but you got to learn to master your commitment.
That's good.
I'm gonna talk about 5 different types of commitment at the end of this week. There are 5 different commitments every business or entrepreneur must make. I'm gonna talk about those this week. All this week, I'm gonna be sharing with you strategies on how to do certain things within your entrepreneurial endeavors or within your business. Okay. So what you have to do now that you've come into the awareness that it's okay for you to be a hustler, because most likely you're doing something that most hustlers do. That means you are enterprising, you're exploring, you are determined to succeed. All right. You might just be haphazardly doing it. You might just be recklessly and randomly doing it. So as we prepare to contextualize this hustle, which means we're preparing to bring all those ideas you got, all these conversations you having, all these thoughts and these concepts that you writing down, that you coming up with, we're preparing to bring all those things together and contextualize them in a business system. But while we're doing that, now that you've come into the awareness that you are a hustler and that it's okay for you to be a hustler because you are an enterprising individual who's determined to succeed, as we begin to move towards contextualizing all these things and making these things make sense for you, you have to master not your craft. This is not what we're focusing on right now. We're not focusing on mastering our craft. In other words, I got to get real good at cutting grass. I got to get real good at publishing. I got to get real good at painting. I got to get real good at designing. No, that's a part of the equation. But right now, we need to master our commitment. So I want you to say that to yourself. Say, as a hustler, I must master my commitment. I must master my commitment. See, you got to master your commitment. Watch this. Even before you master your craft. See, a lot of people try to master their craft, and here's what happens. It slows them down because they become craft masters, but commitment losers. You just missed it.
I got it.
Ooh. Did you just hear what I said? I say most hustlers become craft masters and commitment losers. And I'm gonna give you an example of what a craft master looks like. A craft master is someone who can paint a pretty picture about what they finna do, about what they know they got the potential to do, about all these ideas and concepts. Have you ever talked to somebody, and the more you talk to them, the more of a genius you realize that they are? But then when you look at the quality of their life, you realize all that ingenuity is idiocy, because they look like a genius when they open their mouth, but they look like an idiot when you look at their life, because their life does not match what comes out of their mouth. They are, by default, hustlers, but their hustling has been paralyzed because they have become craft masters, not commitment masters. So they lost at commitment and they won at craft. So they're good at certain things. They're artists. They're good at what they do. They are powerful in what they do. You know that person who can cook extremely good and their food is better than the food that you eat at restaurants, and you wonder why they food ain't in no restaurant? Because they are craft masters, but they never made the commitment to enterprise. They never made the commitment to turn that hustle into a holding company or to a business, or to just make sense of it by scaling it in a system that can ultimately produce better results for them. Siobhan say, I'm a craft master. Well, we need to get you as a commitment master, because the goal in the game is for you to master, watch this, your commitment. But what are you going to master your commitment to? Here's what you're going to master your commitment to. You're going to master your commitment to the process of learning. You're going to master your commitment to the process of learning. You're going to master your commitment to the process of learning. Now, I'm going to lose some of you entrepreneurs, because some of you entrepreneurs, you are so stuck on a name of a business. You are so stuck on 2 or 3 ideas you got. You are so stuck on the website, the cards, the logo, the cursive in your handwriting. You just stuck on all of these crafty things, as opposed to being committed to the process. See, one of the reasons why I change a lot of the surface details of my organization so much is because I'm not committed to my craft as much as I'm committed to my process of learning. So, in other words, think about this. In other words, my goal is not to be right. My goal is to be successful. So because my goal is to be successful, which is what a hustler is, because my goal is to be successful, then that means I have mastered my commitment to the process to learn to become better. Not at my craft, but to become better in what I need to learn and know in order to continue to move forward in my enterprise, so that my business can be better, so that my product can be better, so that my services can be better. Think about it. You could be providing a service for people right now. Have you ever just took the time out to ask them, if there are 2 or 3 things that you just didn't like about my business, and I paid you to survey my business and to critique my business, what are those 2 or 3 things? Most entrepreneurs will never do that, because they want to defend their point of view. They want to defend their idea when it's a hot mess. And they wonder why nobody buys it after they make that sympathy purchase, because you're not committed to a process. See, I was stuck as a hustler for years. My wife can attest to this. It wasn't nothing for me to wake up and go out there and figure out how to make $100. My mindset was, if I got to go out there and pick cans for 8 hours, I'm going to find $40, $50 to have some gas in the car and to eat and to make sure I got gas to get where I need to go for the rest of the week, because that's what hustlers do. The problem was, for me, was that although I was good at hustling, I wasn't contextualizing that hustle so that I could build a legitimate business. So I had all these grand ideas. So every week I got a new idea. And then I start playing with this idea. Then I got a new idea and I'm playing with the idea. So I became a master of craft. I never mastered my commitment to learn to move forward, because I wasn't handling business. I was too focused on being a hustler. And this is why so many people, when we drive through our neighborhoods, when we come into contact with people we know, and when we enter into certain atmospheres, environments, and circles, we have a lot of people who can easily say, oh, I got a business, I got an LLC, I got an idea, I got a 501c3, but most of them are going nowhere fast. You know why? Because they're moving as hustlers, but they're not actually operating as owners. Because they may own an idea, they may own a concept, they don't actually own a system. And that's where you have to convert or turn that hustle into a holding company. If you have any questions, I want you to drop the question or questions in the comments, or you can just call in. Call in right now. 678-922-1963, extension 1, and I'll be more than happy to answer whatever the questions are that you might have, whether you have a question about financial literacy, you might have a question about the hustle that you're engaging in, or a holding company that you want to convert your hustle into. Whatever the question is, feel free to give me a call live while we're on the show, 678-922-1963, extension 1. So once you make the committed decision to master your commitment to the process of learning, now you're able to start contextualizing your hustle. Because most people who are hustlers, like thoroughbred hustlers, they are people who have a lot of ideas. They have a lot of business ideas. They have a lot of ministry ideas. They have a lot of community ideas. They have a lot of inventions, things that they want to create, products and services that they want to introduce to the market. But because they have not committed to the process of learning, they have just committed to their craft of developing these things to make them look good or to make themselves feel good about these ideas and these concepts that they have. They are stuck in the paralysis of analysis. They're never able to convert those ideas or turn those ideas or move those ideas into actual products and services that fit within a business system. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. I want to show you how important it is for you to do that. Because again, for years, I was a hustler. And one day I realized it's only so much hustling I'm going to be able to do in a 24-hour period. One day I realized it's only so many ideas and concepts and products and services that I have that are actually going to work. And so I had to figure out what was the best way, at least for me as a hustler, what was the best way for me to bring my ideas, my concepts, my products, my services, my grind. What was the best way to bring my hustle together so that it could make sense while holding me accountable to continue to move forward and to become a better version of what I know I want it to be. And that's when I realized, that's when I recognize the importance of owning a business system. Now, in order for you to own a business system, this is where the holding company concept plays a very important role. In order for you to own a business system, the business system has to be the correct business system for your ideas and concepts to actually work. See, most people who are hustlers, which means they have multiple ideas, they have multiple concepts, they have multiple products and services that they want to introduce to the market. And most hustlers don't have a problem really making sales. Sales is really not the issue because hustlers know how to talk. Go-getters know how to converse, whether they introverted or extroverted. They know how to get out there and make something happen. The problem is they don't know how to properly convert that hustle, which makes up a world of ideas and concepts and products and services. They don't know how to convert that or turn that hustle into the proper business system. And this is why the holding company concept is so important for most of us, if not all of us, in the faith community. Because we're some of the most prophetic people. We're some of the most creative people. We're some of the most hard-working, determined people on the planet. But the problem is when we take some of that hustle and we package it in a business system that doesn't reflect the holding company concept, here's what happens. We find ourselves, this is so important, y'all. We find ourselves at a roadblock. We find ourselves capped out. We find ourselves living under a ceiling. Prophet Ramone, can you please make sense of what you're saying so I don't think you're just talking out the side of your head? For example, let's say if one of your greatest abilities is to cut grass, or like I saw Casey mention, let's say if one of your greatest abilities is to is to do hair, right? Well, as a hustler, because you have 25 other ideas that you know you want to entertain. You want to write a book. You want to have a transportation service. You want to have an outreach ministry. You want to have a transitional home for people who coming out of prison. You also want to have a staffing company. You also want to have a real estate investment portfolio. You also want to invest in the stock market. So you have all these ideas, all these concepts. You want to sell apparel. You got an idea for type of shoe you want to introduce. You have a wig line you want to produce. So you have these 25 ideas, but right now the main idea you have is cutting grass or doing hair. When you don't know how to properly convert or turn all those hustles into the proper business system, what most hustlers and entrepreneurs do is they take the hair business and they push it over here and they start a business to do hair. So what happens is they hit a roadblock 6 months from starting the business. You know why? Because now they're bored. Because they know they don't want to do hair forever. They know they don't want to cut grass forever. They know they don't want to sell t-shirts forever. They know they don't want to produce wigs forever. But because they built their business system around one of the 25 ideas that they have, now they're living under a ceiling. And what happens is they get bored, they shut it down, they go back and get a job, and they say, you know what, I'll just try it again. It just wasn't for me. Maybe it wasn't my timing. Maybe the Lord wasn't in it. Maybe God got something better. No, boo, you just did not properly convert that hustle that has a world of its own with 25 ideas into the proper business system, which is why the holding company concept is so important. Because when you start a holding company, now you're going to operate in a different capacity. What you're going to do is you're going to create your holding company, and that's going to be your umbrella company. If I had my screen behind me, I could actually pull up my graph, my diagram, but I'm unable to do it. So you're just going to have to kind of envision the diagram without me having the diagram. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the holding company, and this is going to be your umbrella company. Okay, let me see if I can. Where's one of my? Let me see if I can. Man, I should put that behind me. That would be nice. I know I hate that when I don't have my board. Yeah. So let me see if I can write it down. Holding company. This is terrible. I'm going to just do an easy little shabby one. We're going to do hair. We're going to do apparel. And then we're going to do real estate, just to give you an example. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. That's a mess, ain't it? Do you see that? Can you see that? Can y'all see that? So on the top here, you have your holding company. I'm going to do better by tomorrow. I have a new diagram I can show y'all. You're going to do holding company. Now, under any other circumstance, you would have started a hair company because that was your bread and butter. That's what was feeding you. A lot of entrepreneurs, what a lot of entrepreneurs do is they start the hair company and put the hair company on top, but they're going to get bored in 6 months. And now they're not going to want to do hair forever because they really have 25 other ideas. They have an apparel line they want to start. They have a real estate investment company that they want to start. They want to sell wigs. They want to open up a restaurant. They got all these things that should be under the holding company that they have put on the top and prioritized it because they did not know how to turn their hustle into a legitimate holding company. And I think hustlers have to do this. People who are very creative, people who have a lot of ideas, they need to have a holding company, because now your holding company is not going to be a business operation that provides products and services. It's just going to be your parent organization, your umbrella company, that gives you the flexibility and the freedom to try anything you want to try under it. So let's say if you did a hair company and your hair company was owned by your holding company, if you got bored in 6 months and you shut it down, it didn't shut your main business down. You see how important that is? And that's what you have to do. You've got to take that into deep consideration. So there are a lot of ideas that I have that I'm able to introduce to the market. I'm able to put a logo together. I'm able to get a domain name. I'm able to create products and services with that idea and introduce it to the market, and never compromise or jeopardize my holding company, because it's going to either be a division under my holding company or it's going to be a subsidiary under my holding company. And the sooner most of us who are real hustlers, who are enterprising individuals that have this determination to succeed, which means we got a whole lot of ideas. Every day we coming up with something new. Every day we starting something new. Every week we trying something different. You have to have a holding company structured that way to give you the freedom and the flexibility to play. A lot of times we sit down, when we having conversations with our coaching clients, I often tell them that you need a division in your holding company for you to play with, for you to allocate a certain amount of money, or earmark a certain amount of dollars to that area to just play, to just, get the monkey off your back, to just try some stuff. Major corporations who are set up and structured as holding companies, they actually earmark a certain amount of money every year for what they call R&D. They call it research and development, because they understand in order for them to continue to be forward and future in their thinking, they have to try things. They have to enterprise or explore the possibilities and the opportunities. And in order for them to do that, they can't compromise or jeopardize their whole company. But because they have a holding company at the top, they can start something under the holding company through the division of research and development. And if it doesn't work, guess what? They erase it off the board and they keep their organization moving forward. So that's how you go from hustling to a holding company. You have to start putting those ideas and packaging those ideas as divisions and or subsidiaries under your holding company. So for those of you that are listening to me, watching me, especially if you're on this live, whether you have questions or not, if you need more information on how to properly start and structure your holding company, I have a few options for you. The first option would be for you to go to RamonePreston.com, RamonePreston.com, and click on one of our Blueprint Game Plan programs. Our Blueprint Game Plan programs is our signature 5-step wealth building system that we use to provide people like you online education and training on the most important aspects of financial literacy. We teach you the most important aspects of financial literacy. We teach you the most important aspects of entrepreneurship. We teach you how to start properly and structure properly a holding company. We have an entire program to teach you these strategies of a holding company, and there are tutorial walkthrough videos included to show you how to do it yourself without even needing any outside help. Of course, if you want to employ outside help, you can, but you still want to at least have the education for yourself to know what exactly you are starting and structuring and what it should look like and how you run the day-to-day operations of it. Our Blueprint Game Plan also teaches you the most important aspects of real estate investing. residential and commercial. We're starting a new program that we're going to add to our blueprint game plan absolutely free within the next few weeks. Probably sometime in April, we'll have it finished. It's going to be a program centered around family legacy wealth building. So there are a lot of new things that we're going to be introducing to that. We're also going to be adding some new courses, some new modules on the holding company. So within that holding company program that we have in our blueprint game plan, we're going to be adding some new courses. All of this information that I'm talking about today is in our blueprint game plan. Most of it you'll find in our entrepreneurs program and in our holding company program. You can go to RamonePreston.com and you can take a look, preview our blueprint game plans. They're absolutely extraordinary. A lot of information and content that we provide, hundreds and hundreds of video-based virtual educational training programs. You can also reach out to us if you would like for us to walk you through the process to help you identify. Can you, let me see, can you plug this in for me? You can unplug my, this one here, down there.
That big one?
Yeah, be careful with that blue. Oh, I forgot, you going right in front of the camera. Go around the other way. Sorry, y'all, I'm glitching up today. So here you go. You can just plug that up and we'll be fine. So I won't lose power. If I lose power, the show is gonna end abruptly. So if you would like to have us walk you through that process of purchasing a blueprint game plan, please feel free. Please feel free to reach out to us. You can call, what is it, 404-478-7213. You can dial 404-478-7213. 404-478-7213. That's if you would like to purchase our blueprint game plan. Or you can text blueprint. You could text blueprint to 404-478-7213. The next option we have is our 1-year business coaching program. We're getting ready to kick it off. We have a good handful of people that have already made their deposits and they're ready to be a part of this 1-year coaching program. Me, my team, my entire company, we have built an entire 1-year business coaching program to walk you through the process in your finances, in your entrepreneurial endeavors, in your business, your ministry, whatever it is that you're endeavoring to do, that you need a professional coach and a coaching staff to walk with you through that process. We're gonna be providing that through our 1-year coaching program. If you would like to be a part of this 1-year business coaching program, I want you to text coaching to 404-478-7213. The reason why I'm using the coaching program as an option, if you would like to learn more about what we taught today and what we teach on our show, is because we are adding for free. We're adding for free to this 1-year coaching program. We are adding an ultimate blueprint game plan. So when you join our 1-year coaching program, if you do not have our ultimate business and financial blueprint game plan, we're going to give you access to it for free throughout the course of this 1-year coaching program that you're participating in. If you have our blueprint game plan already, we're going to deduct that dollar amount from the cost of this 1-year business coaching program. And we're getting ready to do our preliminary sessions to prepare everyone. I'm actually thinking about doing a group coaching mastermind. What's that? Yes, I'm actually planning a group coaching mastermind within the next few weeks right here in person in our Buckhead boardroom. So for all of you that are joining, say what? Well, if they want to join the boot camp, if they want to be a part of that mastermind, you at least have to reach out to me to let us know that you're interested in coming. If you are a part of our coaching program, you're already signed up for it. If you're not a part of our coaching program, but you would like to be a part of our group coaching mastermind that we're going to host within the next few weeks, if you would like to be a part of it, whether you are a part of our coaching program or a part of our blueprint game plan program or not, all I ask you to do is reach out to me. Just let me know by texting mastermind. Text mastermind. That's easy. So you can either text blueprint, text coaching, or text mastermind, or text all three to 404-478-7213. We want to help you get to the next level. We want to help you go 6 figures and beyond in 2021. And I just don't see no reason why all of us cannot succeed if we're willing to commit to the process and to learn what is needed and necessary to go from just being hustlers or to working on a job and having side hustles, and how to actually bring those things into holding companies, business enterprises with legitimate products and services that we can introduce to the market, and we can create a legacy of wealth and success for ourselves and for our family. So I appreciate y'all today. Thank you for all your patience working with all my technological glitches today. Tomorrow is definitely going to be better. All of our Facebook family members, tribe members, friends, please make sure you visit our YouTube page. We just crossed 2,000 subscribers. Your subscription is greatly appreciated. We're continuing to be a blessing to so many people. We get questions, we get feedback, we get emails, we get text messages, we get calls on a regular basis. And so many of you have learned so much about financial literacy through the Ramone Preston Show within the last 2.5 months. So many of you have learned so much about holding companies and what that means for our community and why it's important for us to have them. So many of you have learned so much about investing and family legacy wealth building, and we want to continue educating our people and bringing our people to a heightened awareness of these biblical economic concepts. So please make sure you like, share, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody. Let them know the Ramone Preston Show, Prophet Ramone and the Squad, is live from Buckhead every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon. Don't meet me here, beat me here tomorrow. I'll see you then. Y'all have a